Have you ever traveled through time? We do it every day.
Asgardia is a country with a population of more than 1 million people from more than 200 countries on Earth. Asgardia gives everyone equal opportunities, no matter what their earthly status is.
It is possible to create and live in the future right now. Are you ready? Forward progress is the solution to the entire human race. Our mission is to bridge new horizons. In Asgardia, there is no limit to the universal development in the fields of technology, finance, and arts. Asgardia is a new space and digital economy which creates opportunities for the global economy. We deliver innovations. Do you want to get on board with us? We are developing various kinds of digital businesses, attracting them to the Asgardia platform that can be backed by the means of our umbrella, i.e. franchising of the Asgardia brand. We can not only attract investments into space programs from prominent institutional investors, but also affordable amounts from the citizens of Asgardia. We comprise of more than 1 million people.
Asgardia is a chance to realize one's dream. This is a dream-driven space nation. Asgardia is a chance to belong to a community of free-thinking enthusiasts, goal-driven dreamers, and fearless innovators, theorists, and scientists.
We are the first space nation. One humanity, one unity.
Asgardia.
We are creating
the future.
Good morning, Peter Mom.
Hello, apologies. I'm just trying to get my my background sorted out.
Yes, we can see you. Welcome, Sherman Landis. We can see now.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, clear and
Hold on.
loud.
In my end. Bear with me 1 minute.
All right.
This will take me just a moment to get fixed. Hold on. One moment. How's that? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was having trouble with the system there. Greetings, everybody, and I'm sorry. How much background noise is there where I am at the moment? Ariadne. Okay, hold on.
We can hear background clearly.
Okay, is that too much noise?
Your voice is front, but we can hear backside also.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can move. And I'm trying to find a place to do this. I've been meeting people who are going to be doing some art for us in Asgardia, art we can sell. Is that better? Better? Is that better?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. Welcome, everybody. I'm Len Topic, the Chair of Parliament of Asgardia, the world's first fully functioning digital democracy. And we have these weekly meetings, not to make voting decisions, but to make sure that we make progress in terms of the peaceful habitation of space. The mission tonight is to go through, for me, 5 things, and anything that the Deputy Chair, Peter Morn, wants to share as well, in terms of the development of our country and also the development of the human race in space. And also, if you'd like to join Asgardia as a resident, it costs €100 a year, because you can pay in your currency, and you will instantly be a fully functioning member of our society. Let me go through the things that I have. I've got 5 things. The first one is that the head of nation is very committed to making 2026 the year of delivery. And that's tied to the second point as well. Dr. Igor Ashabeli, who's the founder of Asgardia, has committed himself to international recognition of the nation. And that's why the second point is absolutely central. Peter Morn will probably say something about this when he talks about the chair of committees meeting. But I invite you all to consider if your nation would be interested in sharing a piece of land or selling a piece of land, perhaps leasing a piece of land. Peter can explain, or maybe John Fine will explain also what that's about. It's essential that next year, by the 12th of October, we do have a recognized Asgardian territory, because that will help us get United Nations recognition. There's no way around this. There's something called the Montevideo Convention, which makes that necessary. But I think we can do that. Thirdly, we have a great set of events next year. There might be an extra Asgardia parliamentary digital sitting next year in January. I'm not sure yet, but we may need to cover some technical points. If we do, it'll be a simple meeting. It won't go through legislation. Technically, it'll be 48 hours, but we'll have something on day 1, a very short session on day 2, and then some more work on day 3. But don't worry, chairs, you won't have to make formal committee reports. That's because we've got some really interesting developments which will help us as well. 4th of 5 points. I'm wondering if we need to have an extra Asgardia legislative forum a bit earlier than I said, because we need to get the Antarctica legislation sorted out. To remind you, that's about the recognition of our territory on Earth, and it's the legislation that makes that possible. To his great credit, Dr. Ashabeli, our founder, has asked us to put that legislation together. Why? Because that means that we have to own the process. We have to own the legal side of this. And I think that's really great news. because although it's difficult, it means that Parliament is exactly where it should be, owning that kind of decision making. Finally, Nigel Evans who's been the acting foreign minister, is willing to put all of his energy into this as well. And I saw him a few days ago. I spoke to him today, and he is very well connected. He used to be chair of something called the Interparliamentary Union, which connects with over 70 countries. So we've got some great support. Let me summarize what I've said. The number one priority for next year, which is 2026, or the 10th year of the Asgardia's existence, is to get recognition. And I think we can do it. Let me hand over to Peter, and then I can ask for anybody else who would like to share what they have to say. Peter, could you summarize our meeting, your meeting, in fact, the Deputy Chair's meeting?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Chairman. Yeah, very informal tonight, our meeting. We've talked about seeking territory for Asgardia on Earth so that we can tick the boxes to get recognition by the United Nations. As you know, the head of nation has suggested that we could take over part of the Antarctic continent. Some doubt has been cast on whether that would be legal internationally, and we're still looking at that. And in the meantime, again, the model of Hong Kong was raised because Hong Kong became part of China again, but was leased to the United Kingdom for 99 years, and the United Kingdom retained sovereign control over Hong Kong until the end of that 99 years, and then it reverted back to China. And the question is there somewhere in the world that we could lease on that basis, but on the basis that the sovereignty of that part of whichever country it is at the moment became ours? And I think that's very important. And then we could run it as our own until the end of that period, effectively with the consent of the country which has that land at the moment. So that's interesting. And we've looked at Hong Kong. We've talked about islands in the Philippines. We've talked about anywhere else where it would be possible for people to live there and for it to be our sovereign territory. Now, obviously, there is no such land at the moment, except that Head of Nation wants us to do that with part of Antarctica. And we have to look into that. I'm still waiting to hear from Head of Nation on behalf of my Justice Committee on exactly why Head of Nation thinks we can acquire that and how. But we've been looking around all of the time. This is a major step forward for Asgardia. It's a major step forward for Head of Nation. He was reluctant to acquire any terrestrial land for a long time. And then suddenly he's very much on board with it, which I'm delighted about. And we now are looking for that territory, how to acquire it, and how to make it part of Asgardia, and indeed Asgardia's sovereign territory. So that was quite a lot of interest in that in our meeting tonight. I think a lot of people are winding down in their thoughts leading up to Christmas and the New Year, except that John Fine was telling us about software that he's using to help with his work for Asgardia. And I've no doubt he'll be pushing that towards us as the days, weeks, and months go on. My own thoughts for the coming week or two is that I think there's a man in a red suit with a long white beard who may be coming to my door because my grandchildren are arriving here tomorrow. And so
if they're your grandchildren, they'll be naughty, not nice.
No, they're very, very good. They're nice. They've been good. They're in the good list, not the naughty list. and they went to a place in England. I can't remember exactly what they call it, but it's supposed to be a replica of kind of Lapland, and they met Santa Claus.
It's called Lapland. Yeah, it's near Wind.
That's right. Thank you, Limit. You southern types, you know these things. And they went there. They helped Santa Claus with creating some parcels. So I think they're on the good list, the nice list. So let's hope so. But I hope I might not get a chance to speak to many of you. I hope Santa Claus comes to your door and that you are on the nice list and he rewards you for what you've done through the year. And let's hope that over the next 12 months, he rewards us by letting us acquire some sovereign territory for Asgardia. Thanks, Emmett.
Thank you, Peter. And it stands to reason that today, I believe, is the 18th of December, which means that next Thursday, 25th, we won't have a meeting that day because those who celebrate Christmas on that day won't be here, and many of you do. I don't. I celebrate on the 24th, but 25th is a work day for me, but I don't expect it to be for you. I can say that I'm really, really pleased that Santa Claus is going to forgive Peter's grandchildren for their grandfather. Also, if you do get the chance, then ask him about space flight, because he has to travel at supersonic speed to do his job. Let's go to two other things then, which just reminded me of. There will be a year day party, which I'll share with you. You don't have to come to it. It's informal on the last day of the year. And I'm still getting some bids about what time that should be. I can tell you now it'll be between 1000. It'll be for 1 hour between 1000 and 1800 UTC, because we've got bids quite far apart. And that's going to be fine. Ricky says ho, ho, ho. It's okay, fine. Nice, Ricky. Now, I'm not sure how powerful Santa Claus is in the Philippines, but there we go. So there will be a year day party, as we always have. And Ariadne is always one of the great contributors there. And just one other thing, which is I'm going to ask you, I said a wrong thing in the last meeting, the chairs meeting. I'm going to send you, the chairs of committees, an invitation to share in the first week in January. That will be the first Thursday in January, what your game plan is for delivery next year. Don't feel threatened by it. I'm not pushing you in a bad way, but we had such a great meeting in Dubai. I know that we can do well. We can do an absolutely brilliant job. I'm also hoping to see Head of Nation very soon. But the big thing is, in January, we'll have a huge announcement about the great future of Asgardia and what we're going to be doing. And also, I'll be sharing with you where I'm planning to go. And I'll tell you now, I'm going to Dallas in January, and I'm hoping to meet various Asgardians. I'll tell you more about that in January, but also I'll send something out about that. And I hope to meet John Fine, if he can make it to Dallas, to talk about this absolutely central piece of legislation Head of Nation cares about. And Ariadne talks about China in February. I'm not sure I can get there as well, but Ariadne, you can represent us for the Chinese New Year. Anybody else? So the important thing is we'll have a year day, and the big announcements will be in the first week in January. Anybody else like to say anything else before I go back to any other business? And I can tell you that I'm in a meeting where I am sure I'm going to get some very high value charcoal sketches. Artists will know what I mean by that for Asgardia. I'm going to go to any other business then, but you need to speak because I'm wondering if I'm missing the raised hands. But let me say two things. It's absolutely vital that you are there for the first Thursday in January, because we have some big announcements to make for 2026. I promise you it's exciting, and it's all about delivery, and it's about having fun doing that delivery. The second announcement is that I'm going to Corfu to to see the head of the Mandate Commission, that is Salvos Mouzakidis, on an informal meeting on the 9th of January. That's the day after the 8th, obviously, when we're having our next, sorry, that's the week after our next meeting. And I'm hoping that the Mandate Commission will become even more proactive than it has been before. Unless anyone raises their hands, we're going to finish with this.
I am.
Berta's got a hand up.
Berta, go ahead. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
I can't see because I'm...
No problem. I was just waiting your sentences to finish. In the chair's meeting, I reminded my colleagues that I'm waiting for their mails for the projects that I shared to be delegated to them. So I'm waiting for the appointment dates and when they are available, so we can discuss who will carry which project and how. And so it will be a nice thing to keep in touch. I'm waiting news from them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed. And Berta, if you could send me a note, I'll send it to all parliamentarians. And thank you for that. Rebecca Berg just asked me, is there a meeting on the 1st of January? It's a strange time for us because Thursdays are very important in the current events. No, we won't meet on the 1st of January because some of you will still be celebrating the day before. So we can't do it. Or at least it depends how long you spend out. I'm 60. I don't have those kinds of parties. But I'm sure that Ferda and John and crazy people like that all go out all night. I don't do it. I've got 2 kids now.
I'm old too.
No, you're not. You're half my age. And Rebecca,
it has been 8 years.
But Rebecca just said she's got a family party. You're excused. We're all excused. So we're not having a meeting on the 25th or the 1st. I think we can live without that. But I would like you to meet on the 31st, on the last day of the year, if you want to. But it's informal. Let me tell you that I've got so much work to do. I'm going to be seeing Sarah E.B. Clark in Dallas on the 19th, 23rd, maybe John as well. If we have time, we'll have an event there as well, but please do not feel that you have to come. It'd be great to see you, but you don't have to come if you don't want to. For my part, let me thank you all for being... Are you coughing or are you yawning further? Because you're on my screen for some reason.
Coughing.
Sure why. Okay, that's good. That's the right answer. Let me thank you all for a fantastic year. I'll be in touch with all of the chairs in the next 10 days. We've got lots of news to share and some big developments. I hope to see the head of nation briefly in January, and I want to represent you properly. This has been a great year for progress. Next year is a year that we get recognised. Thank you very much indeed. Unless you've raised your hand, and I don't think anybody has, then Oho, and or as Ariadne wants us to do, I'm still getting used to it, that, A for Asgardia.
Yeah.
And have a great couple of weeks. Rebecca, we can stop the recording.